The evening had begun beautifully. Her very first company party since joining the new firm. She looked radiant in the dress I'd given her only weeks before. She spun in front of the mirror, that confident smile lighting up her face, the same one that once made me fall for her. "Big night," I said, smiling back. "I'm proud of you." She kissed me lightly and joked, "Just don't embarrass me." I laughed it off, thinking she was teasing, though something about her tone lingered in my mind. I didn't know that before the night ended. I'd see a side of her that would change everything I thought I knew about our marriage. The party was elegant. Soft lighting, champagne flowing, and laughter echoing off the hotel walls. She moved easily through the crowd, introducing me to colleagues who all seemed to adore her. Then he appeared, the boss she'd mentioned more times than I could count. Tall, polished, charming in that carefully curated way that people in power often are. The instant she saw him, her whole energy shifted. Her laughter came quicker, her posture straightened, her eyes shone brighter. I stood back, watching the two of them talk, her hand brushing his arm now and then, her body leaning closer when he spoke. I told myself not to overthink it, that she was simply networking. Still, a cold unease began to settle deep inside me. He offered her a drink, and she accepted with a smile that used to be mine. They raised their glasses. "To new beginnings," she said playfully. He smirked. "To new connections." My chest tightened. That was when I walked over and gently placed my hand on her shoulder. She jumped, turning to me with a flicker of panic that she quickly masked with a strained laugh. "Hey, honey," she said, too brightly. "We were just talking." I looked at her calmly and asked, "Did you forget something?" My tone was steady, but she understood exactly what I meant. The boss quickly excused himself, leaving behind a silence that seemed louder than the music. For the rest of the evening, she tried to act natural, laughing too loud, forcing smiles, but I could feel the distance growing between us. I didn't confront her again. Some things don't need to be shouted. Silence often says more. On the drive home, the tension was thick until she finally muttered, "You made that awkward." I stared out the window and replied evenly, "No, you did." When we reached home, she slammed the bedroom door. I sat in the living room, surrounded by the quiet hum of a house that suddenly felt too big. The look she'd given that man kept replaying in my mind, the kind of look she hadn't given me in a long time. It wasn't about a single flirtatious moment. It was about realizing how easily I'd faded from her world. Later that night, she came out with red eyes and a trembling voice. "I didn't mean anything by it," she whispered. I nodded, but inside, something had already broken. Over the next few days, she became overly sweet, leaving notes, cooking dinners, smiling too much. It felt like guilt wearing the mask of affection. Every buzz of her phone made me wonder. Every laugh made me question. A week later, I found her scrolling through the photos from that night. In one of them, she stood beside him, glowing with pride and attention. She didn't notice me behind her until I spoke softly. "Still looking at the pictures?" She jumped, quickly locking the screen. I gave her a faint smile. "Keep them," I said quietly. "They'll remind you what you lost when you forgot who stood beside you." Sometimes betrayal doesn't shout or confess. It smiles, it laughs, it looks right past you. That night, I didn't yell or accuse. I just finally saw the truth. And once you see clearly, there's no going back to blindness. She lost her smile that night. I lost my illusions. And between the two of us, something we once called love quietly disappeared.